Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today let's make an Ankara overlay blouse or a crop blouse or whatever you want to call it. It's a kind of blouse you can wear to stylishly layer your outfit when you're wearing a dress with a thin strap and you don't want your arms or shoulders to show. You get the drift, right? But guys, before we continue, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please tap the subscribe button below your screen right now. Thank you, and let's move ahead with today's tutorial. So this is the fabric I'm going to be using for today's keyhole overlay crop top. So this is all of 3 yards. I might be using it all, that is all of the 3 yards, but I don't know yet. I might use it all or not. So yeah, let's just move ahead to drafting the pattern. And this is my basic bodice pattern that I'll be using to draft the crop top. If you don't know how to draft a basic bodice pattern block, please check out the video tutorial right on top of your screen. If it's not there, please check for the link in the description box down below to get the video link to that tutorial. So yeah, for today's overlay crop top, I'm going to start by, this is my basic neck, that is my basic crew neck. So, and because I want the neck to like be a little lower, I don't want it like fitted to my neckline, so I want it to be a little lower. I'm going to be using a camo neckline for this. So from here I'm going to take away, like I'm going to chop off like 2 inches away from this spot here. From this spot here I'll chop off 2 inches, so I'll go back by 2 inches. Then I want it lower, and then from the top here I'm going to measure, let's say 4 inches. Then I'll connect this. Now this is my new reduced and wide neckline. So because I want to I'm going to be using this neckline for both the front and back of my crop top. I'm going to be using this pattern for both the front and the back. So everything I'm doing for the front, I'll be doing it on this same pattern. Now I'm going to be deciding how low I want my, what's it called, my crop top, how low I want it to be. So from the top here, I'm just going to, let's say I'll go down like from my armhole level here. I'm going to go down by, let's say 2 inches. Now this is how long I want my crop top to be. This is how long I want it to be. Now I'm going to draw a curved line from this point here to somewhere around here, because you know that it kind of has like a curved the crop top has a kind of cropped shape. I said cropped. It kind of has like a curved shape down here, so I'm going to draw that curve now. Now to do that, I'm going to decide how high I want my curve to be. So from the neckline here, let's just go down by, so this is how high my crop top is going to be. Like that is where the curve is going to start from. So I'm going to draw a curve with my French curve. I'm going to draw a curve from here down to this point here. And now this is what the front part of my crop top entails. So you can place another piece of paper underneath this, and then you trace this out from here. Remember that I already have allowances added to my pattern. So I have 1 inch here, ½ inch at the armhole here, and then ½ inch at the shoulder here. So yeah, you can trace this out for the front. So on this same pattern piece, I'm going to be showing the drafting of the back piece. So I decided to reduce the length of my crop top. So instead of it here being 2 inches from the armhole level here, I decided to raise it up by ½ inch, so it's all the way, it's all like 1.5 inches down from the armhole level. So I decided to retrace the curve, and that is why I have this erased curved line here. Now for the back piece, this is how I want the back piece to be. Instead of it being like exactly the way the front piece looks like this kind of curve, I want the curve to be like this kind of curve, like convex, like this type of curve. So what I'm going to do is at this point here, and then this part is like 2 inches away from the armhole level. You can see, let me measure it for you. So you can see this is 2 inches away from the armhole level here. So I'm going to draw a curved line, this type of curved line from this point. I'll draw it this way. And this is what the shape of my back piece would look like. So you get the drift. So now that I'm going to use this same pattern, if you don't want to use the same pattern piece, just so that you don't get confused, you can place another piece of paper under this, and then you trace out the front first. Although we are using the same neckline, the same type of cano neckline, so you trace out the front first. So, and then once you are done tracing that out, you place another piece of paper underneath this, and then you trace out the back, and this completes it. So now I'm just going to trace, I'm going to cut this out now, and then place it on my fabric to cut it on my fabric. So I'm going to be adding like ½ inch allowance here for this, and then ½ inch allowance here for this, then a ¼ inch allowance for my neckline. So I'm going to be cutting my back first. This is my zip allowance for the back. So once I'm done placing this on my fabric to cut the back, I'll fold the zip allowance, and then I'll cut this part out just to cut my front. So I'm going to do all of that. And then for the sleeve, I'm just going to measure around my armhole here, and then I'll use that measurement to cut out a flare from my fabric. So you decide how long you want your sleeve to be, and then you measure this for the circumference of your, that is the radius of your flare at the top. So I'm going to do that now. Now these are my cutout fabric. This is the one for the front, this is the one for the back. Now you need to also cut your lining, that is what you'll be using to turn your neckline and the hem of your crop top. So, and then I did that, I cut that out of the same fabric, that is from my Ankara fabric. So I cut both the lining and the fashion fabric out of the Ankara, but you can choose to use something else. For the flare, all you have to do is just fold your fabric either into 2 or into 4, depending on how much fabric you have or how wide you want your flare or your puffy sleeve to be. That is how full you want it to be. So you can either fold your fabric into 2 or you fold it into 4. So once you fold it into 2 or into 4, you measure round your armhole like I mentioned earlier. So I explained this earlier. You measure around your armhole, measure it round, whatever you have. Like I have 9.5 inches here, so I'm going to multiply that by 2, because obviously it's going to be, this is my front armhole, and then if I multiply it by 2, that means I'm accommodating both the front and back armhole. So 9.5 plus 9.5, front armhole 9.5, back armhole 9.5. So whatever I get, I'm going to get like 19 inches. Then you add your what's it called, sewing allowance. so you add sewing allowance to that. So you can add like 2 inches sewing allowance, and that's going to give me 21 inches. So whatever you get, that 21 inches, you use it to get the circumference, that is the radius of your flare. So if you decide to fold your fabric into 2, all you have to do is just divide that 21 by 2, and then whatever you get, you measure it this way. So 21 divided by 2 will give me 10.5. so you just measure your 10.5. I hope you can even see this. So let's assume you measure, you fold it into 2. This is into 2. So now your 21, you mark it out. That's 10.5. So you mark that 10.5 this way. So you mark your 10.5 this way. So let's assume you fold it into 2 like this. So you mark your 10.5 here, and then you mark it out. So you do this all the way around till you get to this other edge here. So this is going to be the radius of your flare. So from here you mark how long you want your sleeve to be, that is how long you want your, that is the length of your sleeve. So you can either, for me I want it like 20 inches, so I'm just going to mark out 20 inches from this point down, 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 and you keep going till you get to, till you finish marking it out, then you cut it out. So that is all there is to do for this sleeve. So at the end of the day, this is what you are going to have for your flare. So this is the part we'll be attaching to the armhole of our crop top, and this is the hem that will be gathering and then attaching to a cuff. This is my wrist cuff. So I just measured around my wrist here, and then whatever I got, I measured it here, and this here is 3 inches. So this is on fold. So this is how the wrist cuff is going to be. So we'll gather this part inwards into the wrist cuff, and basically that is it. So now I'm going to move ahead to sewing all of this together. Now this is what the front and back of my crop top will look like. This is my front and this is my back. So all you have to do is join this together in the middle here. If you feel like you need a zipper for this, you can fix a zipper, but if you feel like you can wear it without a zipper, then you just close it with a straight stitch. So this is my sleeve. This is my sleeve. I already gathered it at the hem here, and this is the part I'm going to be attaching to the armhole of my crop top. So this part I'm going to be closing it up with a cuff, this cuff. So all you have to do is to attach it in a way that in a way that it closes everything in here inside, just like you would attach a waistband to a skirt. So you place this right sides together, you place it right sides together like this, and you sew by 1/2 inch. So once you're done sewing, you bring this part in, or rather, instead of placing it right sides together, I'm going to place the right side of this curve with the wrong side of my sleeve, and then I'll sew by 1/2 inch. So once I'm done sewing, I'll fold this way so it comes here. So it's going to fold in like this. And this part is going to come right on top to the right side. Then you fold this part also by 1/2 inch, and then you top stitch. You top stitch to keep all your rough edges inside your cuff, and that completes it. So I'm just going to go do all of that now. I'll attach this and then attach this to the armhole of my crop top. And this is my complete overlay crop top. This is the cuff I was explaining earlier that you sew as like a band. This is the wrong side, and this is the right side. You can see it's all like enclosed, all the rough edges are enclosed inside. So yeah, this is it. This is my front, this is my back, and then I already closed the back. I didn't need any zipper for it, so I just closed it the normal way. This is it. Yeah. So, and that's all. It's ready to be worn, so you can wear this on like any type of dress with maybe a dress with a thin strap, and you don't want your strap to show, or a strapless dress or strapless blouse, you don't want your shoulders to show. So all you have to do is just wear this on top of it. Make this and wear it on top of it to cover up your shoulders and your arms from showing. So yeah, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so now by tapping the subscribe button right below your screen, and hit the like button if you found today's tutorial helpful. If to see my next video, just so that you don't miss any of my next videos, please tap the notifications bell right beside the subscribe button so you don't miss any of them when I post them. You can also check out these 2 tutorials on top of your screen if you haven't yet seen them before. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.